at the same time. All right, looks like we are live now for both of them. Good to be with you here in Chico as I am visiting colleges with my son and excited, super excited to talk about everything that is going on this summer in Cooking Club. So, we will be doing something a little bit different. I would still be doing a lot of cooking classes, but beyond the cooking, I'm doing something that I haven't done in a couple of years. I have an entire program that I have run a few times before called Savvy Kitchen School. And the whole premise behind Savvy Kitchen School is that it is helping you go behind everything that I'm doing in the kitchen that really makes it more intuitive to cook like a natural. So, everything that stacks to make your cooking life so much easier when you show up and for you to feel more like an authority in the kitchen. So, here's what it looks like, breaking it down. What we'll be doing is working through a couple of different mini lessons, and there are worksheets and all kinds of fun things to make it really easy for you to go through step by step to organize your kitchen, get rid of distraction, things that you just are hanging on to and just don't need. So, I've got some checklists to help you know how to get rid of things and to make it a lot easier to do so. And um, we're also going to be working your kitchen into stations. This one is huge. I cannot understate how it is a complete game changer in really having stations in your kitchen that make sense of where you want to work and how you want to work. So stuff is where you need it to be and it makes more sense. I cannot tell you like the frustration of going into a kitchen where it feels like you are constantly running all over to get things, or even though you've been cooking there for a long time, it feels like you're always on the hunt for something. So, having specific places where things go that make sense to where you work is a really big and awesome deal. So, that said, we're also then going to be breaking down how to make your ingredients count, which means like how to store things in a way that they last, and also how to use particular ingredients to get more flavor. Also, going to be talking about really loving on the equipment that you have. Not that you have to go get anything different, but really how to use what you have in a way that it works better. And also, if you are interested in investing, I break down exactly what I keep in my kitchen. And I'm not a maximalist. I don't keep tons of stuff, but really having some great equipment that works really well. So, that and then also flavor 101 where I really break down what it looks like to create flavor in a building block kind of way and some cheat sheets to make it easy, so easy to create that the same questions I'm going through in my head as I am writing and developing recipes, or if I'm just correcting something I cook that tastes a little bit not there yet, how to do that really intuitively. Plus, the finish line, things that will help you get to the finish line faster by using condiments more often to get there because they are concentrated flavor. So fun. And then the other one that we will be going through is swap, save, and serve. All the troubleshooting stuff that I help people with to correct recipes and have things that I was doing when I was working in a restaurant that so many cooks did not know how to do because it's really intuitive home cook stuff is the truth. And also how to make your stuff look better as you're presenting it and how to swap ingredients like a pro. Exactly what I do, I've got it all written out for you. So, so much fun packed into this stuff, and we'll be breaking it down week by week. So, you can pick weeks that you want to do or weeks that you don't want to do instead of having them all in a cooking slot time. Um, what I did is I've got the first couple of weeks that are really breaking down your kitchen because I'm at that point where it's time for me to go back through my kitchen. It's been a little while since I've really reordered and cleaned house on things I don't need anymore. So I have kind of work spot times on Saturday mornings where I will be taking you through the concepts and then I will just be staying live on Zoom and working through my kitchen right there to answer any questions as you are working through yours too. So that's something new I'm trying, and I'm excited because it's going to benefit me. It is about dang time that I clean out my kitchen too and just kind of reset. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And then as we get to the other side of things where it's a little bit more hands on stuff, instead those won't be on Saturday mornings anymore. I've got those slotted for kind of a Q&A Tuesday times where I will be taking you through the concepts and answering any questions that you can submit in advance. Or if you want to jump in live, yes, do it. And I can answer anything that you have questions about then. But this is so exciting to me. I love all of this concept stuff that really takes all of the grounding of stuff that seems intuitive. It becomes that way when you have some great foundations. And that's what this is I really wrote out everything that goes on in my own brain of how I got to where I am as a cook and how I teach what I do. And so I'm very, very excited to share that with you. Plus, we're still doing a bunch of mini cooking classes. So I'm just shortening them a little bit less. So everything's a little bit lighter and faster for summer because we don't do as much long baking in here, minus that pie workshop where we're doing all of the baking. I'm excited about that one. So for 4th of July is our major baking. And other than that, we're pretty quick prep cooking, getting started on Thursday with a very, very speedy dinner class that I really, really love this one. The single pan summer supper, every time I teach it, I think, damn, that's good. And it really is. And you can do that one super versatile, whether you want to do it with sausage or fish or tofu or beans or chicken or pork chop. It's going to be great. And you're just throwing in lots of summer vegetables, very tasty and very delicious. And doing like a feta olive orzo on the side of that, really beautifully paired. And then also a nectarine iced tea. Really simple, walking you through how to make a simple syrup that you can put with any tea at all. Honestly, it doesn't matter if it's a black tea or a chamomile, or I've got a list of fun ideas to go with it for you. And if you have that same concept, you can recycle it over and over throughout the year with different fruits to create a simple syrup that you can put into a lemonade and make a flavored lemonade. You can put even over a snow cone and you can make your own syrup. So many endless ways to do it. And the cool thing is you can definitely change out the sweetener to be whatever you want. I'm really excited about this class. Okay, more things that are coming up this summer. We are going to be doing the flag pie workshop that I mentioned, a giant honking 4th of July shaped flag. It's going to be great. I love teaching this class. It's very fun. And if you want to cut it in half, you can make a half size sheet pan instead, which would be a quarter sheet actually, if you're in the technical terms, or roughly a 9x13 shaped rectangle flag pie, or even better, keep the whole recipe, divide it, make 2, one to gift, one for yourself. That's a strawberry blueberry pie, and it's just spectacular. Can't wait for that one. Also coming up is, you guys, I had fun. I took a challenge to rewrite classic Chick-fil-A recipes, and they are super fun and very tasty. They are naked chicken sandwiches, so it's kind of my version of that. So a little bit healthier, nothing deep fried, but still all of those flavors, a really great slaw, and a healthier take on how to get a super flavorful shake that you could put in ice cream, but intensifying the flavors of the fruit so they really come through strong and beautifully. Okay, other things that we've got coming up is a no heat cooking class. Thank you, Rebecca, for requesting that one. It's also in line with something that Cindy asked for, with a nectarine corn salsa with ideas on the bottom on how to really turn it into a main dish salad. Super delicious. But my favorite summer salsa of all time. And plus we'll be doing melon salad skewers. Those are a great savory way to use watermelon, and they look beautiful on skewers if you are hosting or whatever. Also really good just tossed in a bowl and served up that way. Let's see. And then also we'll be doing my friend Laura's gazpacho. She is from Spain, and this is her mother's recipe, and it is stunning, and you make it in a blender in a few minutes. Let's see. And then we'll be doing a flavor party class coming up August 11th. If you have been here for one before, you know how much fun it is. This one's delightful because I'll work in real time helping you shop your kitchen for flavors, and I will walk you through step by step on how to make a brilliant foolproof skillet chicken or another protein, and how to make a pan sauce. So everyone comes out with something different because it's what you want to eat, and I just walk you through how to create the flavors. So lots of fun for that. Also, we're making a salad builder salad, and that endlessly adaptable fruit crumble is happening too. We'll be doing a mini jam session at the end of August. Thank you, Cindy, for requesting that one. I'll walk you through how to do a berry curd and also a chia berry jam. That said, there's also information on how to swap it around for different stone fruit. You can totally personalize this one, and I would love to help you since you've got all those concepts that are just coming out of the flavor class right then. I thought it was a fun time to apply that. Let's see. Other thing, we're doing a meze dip dinner, which is one of my favorite summer dinners of all time, with like tzatziki and like a garlicky eggplant or baba ganoush dip, some hummus, and bringing back my favorite yogurt flatbread for you. And then at the end of the summer session in September, I left a TBA because I thought it would be fun to vote for a class and let you guys vote for what you want to do. So more word on that later. Didn't want to overwhelm anyone now. And we'll be doing a global adventure class that I will be filling in more details later. Love traveling the world with food and cannabis. And excited to share another fun one with you. Okay, a few other Q&A items that you all had brought up. I'm excited to talk about today. So, okay, questions on using stone fruit beyond dessert. And same thing with watermelon. Thanks for those who asked about that. So stone fruit beyond dessert. I'm excited. We're going to be doing that salsa this summer. The recipe is already in there if you wanted to dive in now. It is a lovely, lovely way to use up a really sweet fruit and contrast it with like a corn. I really love the texture of raw corn. And that's great. And because I really feel like stone fruit is at its peak when you can serve it raw in a salad, which is my favorite thing to do it, whether it is something that I'm going to slice up and put big, beautiful slices on top, or I'm going to be dicing it up small and using it like a raw prep sauce, like the salsa. That's a good way to go. Also, if you have a glut of it, it makes gorgeous barbecue sauce. Or if you're familiar like with a plum sauce that you might see in Asian cuisine, you can do the same thing with other stone fruits, or apricot chicken is a lovely thing to go. If anyone has a request for that, let me know. And I'm happy to share my recipe for apricot chicken. You can take a nice glut of it, and it's fine if it's a little bit overripe because you're going to be cooking that down to a sauce that is going to be like a skillet simmer kind of thing. You could also get it done in like an Instant Pot or slow cooker too. So those are great uses for savory stuff for the fruit. I like it there is cooked into a sauce or raw prep as something like to go over some fish, or even serve with chips. That's good. Or, oh, I'm just remembering something that I wrote for a company years ago that it was cherries. And I made this lovely cherry nut thing that went over some brie that was like a no cook thing. And it was lovely. So as for that, I'm happy to share that because you could totally swap out the cherries for another stone fruit. Very fun. And a great dish for entertaining. Okay, some ideas for watermelon. Okay, so if you're looking for watermelon beyond just eating straight, favorite things to do is if you've got an overripe one is hit an agua fresca. Scoop it right out of the blender, hit it with some ice, a little salt, an acid, maybe some lemon or some lime. That would be great. And blend away. That said, also a watermelon gazpacho is really cooling and lovely and refreshing. So those would be my top picks, plus the watermelon salad that we're doing. I really love that one. I love watermelon with a salty cheese is really nice, but you can get that same salty creamy effect with other ingredients as well. It doesn't have to be a cheese. Um, let's see. Also, it's really good with olives. It's so good with like a black Kalamata olive. Let's see. Um, Suggestions for grilling with veggies. Okay, so we did that veggie class last week, grilling, and that was really fun. So, ideas that make it work is I like to think about what application are you going to be using your grilled veggies for? Are you going to be like putting them into a sandwich, or are you going to be eating them like fork and knife sort of thing? So, fork and knife vegetables, I tend to cut thicker and like really let them go brown, but still a little bit of resistance, a little bit of like firmness to them. So they're really like knife and forkable, but has that have that beautiful sear. So if you saw me when I was cutting like this zucchini, I kept it pretty big. Um, and like to go in long strips rather than thin slices because if I'm going to be like forking and knifing, it's great because it doesn't fall through the grill plates. So if you use like half of a zucchini versus like those little slices, it's going to be so much more delightful to grill with. Your life is way easier. So those are my tips on grilling with vegetables. But if you wanted to go for something like a sandwich, that's when I tend to slice them long and thin, still so they don't go through the grates of my grill. But they are really nice, cooked until they're quite soft and very seared. And then I'm going to stack them up like in a giant sandwich. I love them that way. Like enough to make a giant vegetable panini. I will grill tons of vegetables that way, then grill a giant like ciabatta bread or another flatbread. Um, and then layer it all in there with maybe some goat cheese or a tapenade with some black olives or maybe an artichoke dip. Sorts of things that will give you some nice creaminess with it and some nice salty contrast. And it makes a great sandwich. So I really love that one for grilling vegetables. That's when I have a glut of vegetables. I do that, and I will make enough to use for multiple recipes. That's another getting into the last thing of no heat in the house cooking suggestions. Things that I do for that when it is hot, hotter than Hades, and I do not want to cook every single night with turning on the stove. I will often then batch cook, especially if I have a ton of vegetables to grill, because I know that I can enjoy those for days, whether some are going to be chopped up into like a grain salad or tossed into a green salad or into a pasta or a sandwich or whatever, or just straight. I'm going to do a bunch of those. And then I've got like nice vegetables cold from the fridge to use for a lot of different things. I also will batch cook sometimes on the grill that if I'm going to be like grilling protein, like some chicken, I will do more than I will use for one recipe because then my life is easier the next couple of days going forward where I'll be using the leftovers then. And then I'm not heating up the house all of the time with that. If I'm going to be recycling them into another salad or pasta or whatever dish. That one works really well for me. The other thing that I rely on is get the appliance out of the house that you're going to be cooking with. So if you want to use like a slow cooker or an instant pot, or maybe even like a convection toaster oven, go put it like in an overhang outside so it's the sun isn't glaring on it, making it even hotter, where you could potentially melt that thing. Or put it in the garage, on the porch, wherever, where you can plug it in outside and the heat is not in the house. So I will do that one sometimes when it's something that gives off a lot of heat and I don't want to heat the house. So that one works really, really well. The other thing that I will do is night prep baking. So if I know that I want to do some baking, I will do it like later at night, or I will be doing it first early in the morning when I'm not really heating up the house at the peak time and I still have like the windows open where I am. And that seems to me like the best time to get that stuff done because I still do want to like sometimes bake a muffin or a biscuit or whatever. And I will just do it where I'm not at the hottest part of the day or in the evening when the house is sweltering. So that one works really well for me, or hauling the appliance outside. Let's see. Anything else? Cool. I think that's what we've got on questions today, other than Megan asked a question that I forgot last time. I'm sorry, about storing flour. So that one is a good question. In the summer, if you live somewhere really hot and have any like productivity to critters, put the flour in the freezer. And if you know you don't go through it fast, put it in the freezer, especially if it is a whole grain, because any presence of fat is more likely to turn rancid in warmer weather faster. Put it in the freezer. And also, you kill off any potential that could have been there from weevils or weevil invasion. But that said, I don't keep my flour in the freezer because I don't use it. I use it plenty. I have metal canisters that I keep in my drawer in my kitchen because I'm really special about what's allowed to live on my counters in my kitchen. I hardly let anything stay up there. So lots of different ways to go, but really it matters less about what it is and do you like it. That said, I have these cool vintage metal canisters. I think they look really good, but I'm probably going to be transferring at some point to something that is a more durable, like snapware kind of thing, was my plan because the round doesn't fit as efficiently in the drawer. And so, as much as I like the look of them, I'm probably looking to purchase and invest in those in the near future. So that's my thought on flour storage. And another thing I wanted to note is if you are a person who uses multiple flours in small quantities, I really love what my sister does. She has my old canisters. Anyway, what she does is she will take the bags of flour, her small little bags of flour, and she will put them wrapped up in either a plastic bag to seal them, or she will wrap them up with a rubber band or fold them up really tight. So she has a couple different kinds of flour all in the same canister, which is a really smart way because she doesn't go through a ton of it, but she does bake regularly. And so she has like 3 or 4 different flours all in the same giant canister that she uses. So there isn't a right way, there's just your way. And just feel into how do I want to use what I have and what makes sense for the space that I have. And don't break the bank on buying a particular thing. The other thing that I would suggest is also really good is look at a restaurant supply store. You can get the most durable containers that are really sturdy plastic, not the soft, squishy kind, but the kind that is kind of a Lexan material. I'm blocking a better name, but very, very durable, the kind that restaurants use to store food in. I used when I was there, and for so cheap and stackable, nestable, wonderful containers. So that is where I'll probably be purchasing mine. And I recommend the same for you if you are looking for a similar thing that have nice sealable durable lids, not the kind that will shatter when you accidentally drop them. Sorry, OXO, like the press and seal ones that are airtight are not actually testing well in everything that I've read because I looked at them to stay airtight. And the problem is when you drop those at all, it's over, they shatter, they're not so good for that. So for me, it definitely has to be durable and fit your space. And so durable and affordable is definitely restaurant supplies. And I'm happy to share, if anyone is interested, what I'm going to be purchasing or where I've purchased stuff in the past. All right. So good to be with you. Very excited for summer. It's going to be fun. And I feel better already knowing that I'm going to be kind of overhauling my kitchen with you because it's that time for me too. It's been several years and just getting back in an organized fashion with a couple containers of time to do it together. I'm excited because the kitchen is going to come out even more reset. And if you've never done this before, I'm here to help you and hold your hand, and all of the worksheets take you step by step by step on exactly how to do it, because this is work I've done with clients before and I'm excited to do with you. All right. Happy Tuesday. Have a gorgeous summer day. Go eat some stone fruit. watermelons are coming soon, and I will see you on Thursday. Watch for an email that will be coming out today with everything that you'll need for class. You can also dig it up right now. It's in the cookbook all ready to go for you. If you have questions, you know where to find me. Let's do this. Okay, have a lovely day. Bye.